Hey, thanks for checking out the Route 56 recap. This week we learned about Abraham and how God called him to leave his country, leave his people, leave his family, leave everything essentially, and travel from the land of Haran, which is where he was, to Canaan, which was, over 1,000-mile journey. And really, he didn't give him, a map. He didn't give him an end destination. He just said, go, and I'm going to lead you. And we learned about the promises that God gave him, that, he would have descendants and that he would be the father of nations. And he's 75 at the time. So really it was a lesson about those first steps of faith of Abraham that's like, wow, you're asking me to take a promise that seems so unreal to me and to go somewhere that I don't even know about. And so we kind of played that up in the room. We had Rachel and John kind of do like a Wilson and Tim thing from like Tool Time of like, so you're traveling across the desert thousands of miles and you don't know where, kind of going back and forth, just to give the kids kind of a sense of like, wow, what would have that been like to have those conversations with people and explain to them like, yeah, I'm following God. God told me to go and I'm going to go. And just to have them try to just get a sense of what that would have been like and how scary it would have been, how exciting, and then just what a step of faith. So we ended with telling them that the mark of a Christian is following God even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't want to, and even when you're afraid. And that sometimes he's going to ask us to make decisions and to follow him in situations where we don't feel like it and where we really just don't want to and where we're scared to follow him. But then just knowing that when we're following him, we're in his will, and then, that's the safest and best place to be, even though it doesn't always make sense. So if you can give your kids some stuff to think about this week, I would just talk to them about, is there anything in your life that, you really think that God wants you to do, but you just don't want to do it, and what are the reasons you don't want to do it? Or is there something that you are just afraid to do, or that you just kind of just don't feel like doing? And just have them kind of think through what some of those things might be. And they're probably everyday type things. We went over some of them in class, just stuff like being nice to a kid who's not really our friend at school, but could use a friend, or, helping out in some way, or, when we're feeling frustrated and mad, instead of lashing out, just to humble ourselves and to honor the person that we're even frustrated with. And a lot of this is hard, but these are the daily makings of a Christian. So if you can talk to them about those things and just encourage them just to kind of put it into their real life, that would be great. And we'll see you next week.